Welcome to Alive with Amanda. I'm going to give you some insider tips today on building a following for Instagram. So I have been very lax in my approach to building my Instagram. It hasn't really been a goal of mine, but I decided that I want to hit 10,000 followers on my Instagram. And so I'm going to tell you the strategies that I'm using today in order to get there. So the first thing that I did was really look at the content that has been out there and what has gotten a lot of engagement. What I have found with my own content is people really like descriptive things around anxiety. That really stood out. People are commenting, they're liking, they're sharing in their stories. You can get all of those insights on Instagram. And so you really want to, if you have an Instagram, take a look at what is most popular on my Instagram, what is really standing out, and how can I create more of that content. Then the next thing that I did was the ones that were really popular initially, I started to do paid promotions for those. I made sure to set the demographics to my ideal client and the ideal client of my group practice. And I set a budget that was within reason and a period of time that was within reason. And then I followed those metrics to see how many likes, how much engagement, how many people started to follow me. And that's really what started to stand out to me, was that when I made paid promotions, then more people started following me and I was able to work on my goal. And what I'm going to do, because I've just started to do this, is I'm going to start really tracking. If I'm going to increase my budget. If I increase my budget, how many more followers do I get? If I increase the length of time, does that make any impact? If I shorten the time and maybe a really high budget for 3 days, or a moderate budget for 7 days, or a low budget for 14 days, what will yield me the best response for my posts and really help me identify my ideal client to follow me on my Instagram. My ideal client on my Instagram may not look like my ideal client for my practice because they're two different goals, right? And then the next thing that I'm doing is I'm really putting out engaging information on my stories. I haven't started doing reels yet, but I'm going to start doing reels. But I'm making sure that in my stories, I'm putting content out there that I think people will like. And I use polls to ask people what they are interested in learning about and seeing, because I don't want to just put what I think is going to be valuable. I really want to hear from people that are following me and are engaging with me, because that's who my ideal client is. It's somebody who is really going to engage in the process, and my ideal follower, I should call it, on Instagram. And then I mimic those same populations in order to get more followers. The gold standard has always been 10,000 followers, but therapists are starting to get 10, 20, 30, 100, 300, 500, a million. Sort of like the most popular Instagrammer, the holistic psychologist. She has 2 million followers. She wrote a New York Times bestselling book, and she really puts out amazing content. I've shared her content with my clients because I'm like, this is really good stuff. So when it comes to Instagram, you want to make sure that your content is really good. You don't want to just rinse and repeat quotes, or, just put up like funny pictures, memes, or just bland stuff. Instagram is really meant to be a sensory experience for your guests, for the people who come and visit your page. And the more appealing that is, just in terms of the aesthetics and the content that is there, you're going to get more followers. I'm going to give you a couple more tips on building your Instagram and what I'm doing to build my Instagram. But first, I want to thank our sponsor, TherapyNotes. They have an amazing Instagram. Their shtick is to be funny. I love their memes. They're great. I see them shared in all kinds of Facebook groups and commented on. So not only are they a great electronic health record, but they do have a really good meme game. I want you to check out TherapyNotes, not just for their memes, but because they're a really solid company. The thing that makes them stand out is their customer service, their reports, and how easy it is to use their features, both for you and for your clients. And they have a free telehealth option, so please be sure to check out TherapyNotes. So going back to Instagram and some of the strategies, I want you to look at other Instagrammers that are really successful and see what they're doing. See the kind of content other popular Instagrammers and influencers are putting out there. And not that I want you to mimic their content, but I want you to see what it is that they're doing. I recently had a baby. A lot of you know that. And so I started following a lot of people that share tips and tools about, all kinds of things, how to get your baby to roll, how to get your baby, to do all these things that they're supposed to do. And what I really like is the ones that it's really laid out very simply. I can scroll through, I can read. They give a lot of content, but not too much content. It's not overwhelming. It's like something I can do while I'm breastfeeding. Very quickly read all of these things. I can look at their stories and get an idea. And then a lot of them do sell things. So if you're looking for streams of income, I want you to take a look at how they then strategically sell different products so that they can have another stream of income. How awesome is that? So I support you in your Instagram game. If you have an Instagram that you would like us to follow, please share it below. We'd love to follow you and see what you're doing. I'm here most days answering your questions. Bye, everybody.